What's going on, guys? Make sure everything is all set up here before I begin with this live stream this morning. You know, I do my short and concise live streams, and I don't like to do long live streams. I've been seeing live streams for like 1 hour, 2 hours long. We ain't doing that. I always like to at least cap my live streams between around, I would say 13, 14, 15 minutes. I don't know. It all depends on how much I'm able to cover, depending on what the topic is, right? In the live streams. Welcome, guys, to another Sunday Spill. I'm glad to be able to do these types of video streams because I know we both are able to engage, right? Mike 244, what's going on, man? What's going on, Angel? What's going on? What's going on, guys? I know some of y'all are just tuning in and just, getting on the live stream. We are excited to cover another one. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I thought about this topic, like, I want to say Friday night, right? Like, Friday night, I was just reading, so I was trying to read through this book that I just got. And on top of that, I actually was listening to this one guy that I follow, right? So I listen to his motivational content all the time. And it just came to me in which I was like, maybe I need to talk about being emotionally attached, right? And not really getting emotionally attached to a person. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to, like, when you're just meeting someone, right, as a guy, it could be like this chick that you really like. You know what I'm saying? You think that you found a chick that really understands you. You guys are so-called connecting at a certain type of level, and eventually you guys start doing certain things which allows you to eventually become emotionally attached, right? So I was like, I'm gonna do a live stream this morning about why you should not be emotionally attached, and maybe even talk about some of the things that you can do in order to not be emotionally attached. How about that? Not be too invested into this one person, right? You shouldn't really be invested into one person. You should be able to make sure that you are keeping yourself occupied as a man, and you are actually talking to multiple people at once, especially early on when you're just meeting this person. You don't want to make it seem like this is the only, you don't want her to pick up on the fact that maybe she's the only one that you're actually talking to. You want to be able to at least make it seem like you have options and you are a man in which you are highly desired. Like, other women find you attractive, right? Other women want to date you. Other women want to get with you, right? Guys, before I get straight into, really just dissecting this and talking about this, give me a like, right? I want you guys to comment for all the viewers who are on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy hearing different sides. I don't care if you all go against what I'm saying and, bash me in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of fun. But, either or, if you guys are with whatever I'm saying or against what I'm saying, I just want to see the comments down below. And if you are new and it's the first time coming across the content, man, subscribe to the channel. We're only getting better, we're growing, and we are going to be talking about way more topics. When we're talking about relationship and dating and lifestyle in general, it's endless. I don't know if you guys understand this, but there is always some shit to talk about when it comes down to dating, because guys, look, the hookup culture is real. People are talking, to each other nonstop, even though there's a lot of things going on right now in the world. It's human nature, people are still dating, people are trying to mingle, people are trying to interact with people. Like, it's an ongoing cycle. It doesn't matter what time we're in 2020 right now. Technology is getting better. Social media is a thing. People are actually mostly getting with each other through social media. That's the funny thing about it, is like, we don't really normally see face-to-face interaction from scratch anymore, in which, like, a guy's really going up to a chick and really just spitting game. Now, it still happens. Don't get me wrong. If you go to parties, clubs, whatever, right, you still see it in certain locations and certain places. But what I'm saying is, we see a higher tendency of men and women, especially men who are in their 20s, are mostly using dating apps to really get with certain chicks, especially if, you know what I'm saying, you don't really got that much women to really deal with in your area. You might, you know, be able to find someone that's outside your city, not too far away, and thanks to social media, you're able to do that. But that's a whole another you know, discussion, right, to have. I've actually did a live stream before in which I did go through talking about, you know, social media. Is it right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? How is, you know, Tinder, Bumble, all them type of apps? You know what I'm saying? Do guys really find success? You know what I'm saying? Anthony, that's right. You know, like, social media is really the thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like really and truly like no one else is really doing any other method of really trying to interact with women. It's more frequent when guys are going on Instagram and things like that. And the thing is with Instagram is like, you have to understand that millions of guys are hitting up this one chick. But anyway, you shouldn't become emotionally attached to the women that you're dealing with. And let me tell you why. You see, we have the tendency, right, of wanting to give our hearts out, pour our hearts out, especially if you are new to, you know, the relationship thing. You know, as I say, for instance, I know I got a lot of guys who are in high school right now, for all my high school men, right? I know you guys are really just starting out, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you are involved, especially if you are playing a sport like basketball, football, track, you know, I've been there, done that already when I was, you know, a so-called student athlete in high school, right? You are going to want to interact with, you got all these chicks, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to see. You're going to travel, you're going to see these different types of chicks. You're going to, especially when you are staying after school, you're going to see different types of chicks, right? You want to talk to them and things like that, spit game, and eventually you all start, you know, interacting with each other and start doing stuff, right? It's even more frequent once you get to college. You know what I'm saying? Because of all that freedom and that accessibility, all these women that's on your campus, whatever, right? But the thing is, it's like, you shouldn't get emotionally attached, right? Because what's going to happen is, you have to understand that women, especially in their early 20s, they don't necessarily want to settle down that quick, right? The thing is, most of the time, they don't even know what they want, right? They might come across you, right? A nice guy, right? Handsome, you know, seem like a friendly guy, right? And it's like, oh man, this guy could be my boyfriend. And especially when a chick is not really experienced, like she hasn't really slept with different guys. She hasn't really, you know, done that. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't really have a boyfriend. She doesn't really have that past, right? So she comes across you and, you know, she starts acting a certain type of way. Starts saying that, you know, you are a great guy. You know what I'm saying? I haven't met guys like that, like you before, and things like that. And you have to understand that this is kind of like, she's saying that because maybe she has interacted with other guys before, but she hasn't come across a guy like you, right? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, she's able to run game on you, right? And especially if you're naive, and yeah, sure, the chick is probably 19, 20, or 21, you would think that maybe she's telling the truth. But you have to understand that most of these chicks and most of these women are getting hollered at on a daily basis, right? And especially if she's in college, guys, you have to understand, if she's walking on campus, there's at least going to be a few eyes that's going to be looking at her, especially if she has that physique and she looks good, right? If she got ass on her, if she got tits, whatever, if she got something that's appealing about her, I'm just gonna be honest, like, even because she's just a woman in general, there's always going to be guys that's going to be staring, they're going to be talking to her and things like that. And that, with that being said, she automatically has options, right? Especially if she's in college, right? So you have to train yourself not to be emotionally invested into this one chick. What happened is, you know, you start hooking up with her, you start sleeping with her, you start, you know, watching Netflix, you know, Netflix and chilling and things like that. And because she's treating you a certain way, you think that, you know, she you know, so you think that she's the one, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Now, like, the thing is, she might be a great person. She might be the person in which, I don't know. She might surprise you. Maybe you two might, end up building something for the future, right? But what I'm trying to say is, the odds on that is very low, especially in this type of time that we live in, like this society, and the fact that she's able to have access to so much guys to talk to with Instagram and all these types of dating apps. You can't put 100% into one, right? We always hear this, don't put your egg in one basket. That's a true saying, right? It is absolutely true. It's just your turn. She's not yours, right? Because it's like, you have to understand that this same chick that you're dealing with, once she senses that you are naive, she's going to play the game with you. She's going to act like she hasn't done this before. She hasn't this before. That's why I really encourage guys to actually be very direct with talking to women when they first meet them. Tell them, say what your intentions are. I'm not saying like to be too direct, but let them know that you're feeling them in that type of way. And if she's feeling you in that type of way, you can know from the start rather than wasting your time, right? Because what happened is you start to get emotionally invested. Let me tell you why. Because you start seeing this chick at least 3 times a week or 4 times a week, right? You guys are always doing, you guys are going out, right? Eating out and things like that. You're texting almost every day. These are ways in which you become emotionally invested into this chick, because you're actually sacrificing your time to be able to spend time with her, right? That's how now we're getting into how you are becoming emotionally invested or emotionally attached. I'm going to repeat myself again. You're becoming emotionally attached because you are starting to spend a lot of time with her. So you're putting away time with your boys, right? You're not really hanging out with your friends anymore, right? The people that you really do things with, just to be able to make time for her, right? It started out as you seeing her once a week or even every other week, to seeing her 3 or 4 times a week, and you're texting her almost every day. You know what I'm saying? What you should be doing is, every now and then hitting her up, right? Not doing it every day. And what you should be doing is limiting the visits, or limiting you seeing her maybe to once or twice a week. With that being said, she has time to think about you. And then on top of that, you're not becoming emotionally attached, because during those times you're not seeing her, you are talking to other women, right? You are also doing other things to keep your mind occupied. You could be working on your business if you have a business, right? You could be working on yourself, right? You could be focusing on trying to rank up those hours to be able to make more money, right? And whatever you're doing, you're trying to make life for yourself. So all that is consuming your thoughts, as opposed to you thinking about this chick 24/7. Because the more you spend time with her, is the more that she comes up in your thoughts, right? Guys have to understand that you have to be careful when you're dealing with chicks. Guys, especially if you're dealing with a chick who is in her early 20s, most of the time she has options. She is able to have access to seeing other guys, right? She's not going to make that be obvious, but she does, right? So you becoming emotionally attached is just a red flag, period, right? Because when you do that, she senses desperation eventually, and when, let's just say, things go haywire, she's not feeling you anymore. She wants space. She wants to break up with you. You're gonna feel very hurt. You're gonna feel like, that's a huge piece missing from your life. And really and truly, you have to understand, bro, it's a chick that she wasn't in your life in the first place, right? You have to view every person that you're dealing with as temporary, because they really are, right? It's like she is. You have to understand that women, most of the time, they come along for the ride, right? It's like you have to. This is how it is. As men, you are supposed to build yourself, right? You're supposed to, build a solid foundation for yourself, work on yourself, and things like that. And along the way, you are going to meet women, right? but you can't make her the center of your attention. You cannot make her your main focus. And that's where a lot of guys end up making that particular mistake. Right? Exactly. Right? It's like guys out here are just, they're really putting out 100% into every chick that they meet. As soon as they get a number, right, they're already hitting up this chick later on the night saying, hey, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? At least allow this chick to think about you, right? Right? Because the thing is, you want to separate yourself from all the other guys. What makes you different, bro? The fact that you're not hitting her up consistently and you're not really texting her every morning, you are automatically already categorized in a separate area, right? Because you're not doing the same thing that the other guys are doing on her Instagram, or the guys who have her number. You're not doing the same exact thing. You also want to separate yourself from her so-called friends, right? As she has male friends. Most likely these dudes are probably trying to get with her, but they have to take that friendship route in order to eventually hopefully allow her to eventually see him that particular way. So they take the best friend route and things like that. Sometimes it never works out. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that you are moving a certain way and acting a certain type of way. You shouldn't be emotionally attached because you don't know if this chick is seeing other people, right? You don't know if she might be telling you that, she really likes you, she views you as a really nice guy, you're really cool, but the times that you're not really with her, you don't know what she's doing. And you have to understand too, if she's the type of chick that likes to go out, she likes to go to parties, whatever, like to drink, you don't know what she's doing, right? So that's why you shouldn't really have the mindset that, all right, she's going to be my girlfriend, she's my girlfriend, things like that. I need to, like when you start to pour out your heart too much into that person, you're going to get hurt. You're only asking for it, right? That's why I recommend when you're just starting to deal with a chick, you should at least deal with her for a couple months before you can, so you can see what she's really all about, because she's not going to reveal everything to you within the first month, the second month. It's really until you start to see each other deeply, right? You all start to really spend time with each other. You start to really see the true side of her, right? Especially when you start to meet chicks who are on dating apps. Some of you all are just rushing the process, man. All right? Some of y'all are really rushing the process, and what you need to do is really vet this chick. I always say vet, and what I mean by this is really feel out this person and see what they're all about. See if they're really sincere, or were they putting up a mask to be able to, at least for you to be able to be attracted to her, right? Maybe she was putting up a certain type of image, right? But she wants to feel comfortable eventually around you, so that so-called mask is gone, right? So make sure, guys, you understand what you're doing when you're dealing with women. You should always be running game, and make sure you are, always, even though if you guys are starting to get to know each other, you should always still be on your P's and Q's. You have to. You know what I'm saying? So when you're not emotionally attached, it is actually saving you. You know what I'm saying? When you're not invested so much 100% into this one person, you are able to have a clear mind. So even when this person leave, it's just you're like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move on to another person. When you're emotionally attached, you go through weeks and weeks and weeks after thinking about this person, trying to think about, oh, maybe I did something wrong. Oh, maybe she, and really and truly, you didn't do anything wrong, right? Maybe you had weak game. I'm not, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe you had weak game and she saw through you and she was like, all right, this guy, he ain't about shit, right? So I'm gonna leave him. But it's you have to understand that maybe she already had guys that she was dealing with, but so that's why it was so easy for her to be able to move on, and replace you, right? So you have to think the same way and move the same exact way, right? When you're not emotionally attached, it's easy for, if she shoots you that text saying that, you know, I don't think this is going to work out, you'd be like, all right, cool. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And what happened is, when you do that, it doesn't matter who she is, she's going to be like, wait a minute, like, aren't you like affected by this? Because the thing is, most guys are going to be quick, you know, been there, done that. Other guys too as well, who are talking about the game and telling you guys these things. Most guys will text and ask what went wrong. And that's what, you know, when you do that, she realizes that you actually really care. And that's when she continues to separate herself from you. And she realizes that, all right, this guy, you know, he's lame. You know what I'm saying? And I can do this to him. Like, I can just leave him like that, right? You have to recognize your worth, guys. You have to understand that you cannot get too attached to every chick that you meet, right? Make sure that you are properly interacting and dealing with these women, right, the right way, right? You should be dealing with multiple women at once. That's one way to not be emotionally attached. Deal with multiple people at once, especially if you're not in a committed relationship. Why are you just already trying to, you know, so deal with one person and already trying to invest in one person? Make sure that you are talking to multiple people, because, you know, you really want to have a feel of who you're dealing with. But guys, this is it for the live stream, right? Thank you all for tuning in on this beautiful Sunday morning. Guys, if you have any other video suggestions or any live stream suggestions, leave it in the comment section down below. For all the viewers who are on YouTube as well, please do that, right? Guys, we are only going up, right? We're only going to get better, right? So with that being said, the more for the guys who are on my team, the more you guys are able to suggest certain things and follow me on IG, Jamrock1995, I am able to really pour out content that actually makes sense for you guys. And before I do videos, I make sure that I'm writing down the shit that I'm talking about, right? I'm making sure that I'm doing my research. I'm doing, you know, based off of the things I've experienced, right? I just, you know, that's how I do these videos. I don't just come on here and just like say anything, right? I make sure that I know what the hell I'm saying, right? Give me a like, right? Comment down below, like I said before. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, man. I'm going to see you guys next week for another Sunday Spill live stream.